You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, and a sub you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Sileo, Ty's Path. Oh lordy. Oh lordy, we're gonna keep going straight on, head on into this train crash. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Oh my god. What is on your mind, my dear? Tell me what troubles you so. Bring it out into the open. I had no idea where to begin. I was of one mind to jump straight to the accusation, but in another I wanted to play my cards closely to my chest, slowly reveal what I knew, catch Ty in some kind of dishonesty. And then there was another part of me which just wanted to stand up and walk out that door. After all, why not? It wasn't like I was expecting a positive outcome. This discussion seemed little more than a formality, after all. What could Ty possibly say? He had said everything he needed to say to Spencer already. Perhaps this was closure. Perhaps I just wanted to vent. Perhaps... Spencer informed me that the two of you shared a drink this afternoon. I must admit it is very much unlike him to have done so. I do hope his company was not unpleasant. He is a rather abstract individual. I hope he did not say anything that resulted in this upset. No, it's nothing Spencer said. Well, I am pleased to hear that at least. It was something you said. I see. Do you remember what it was that you overheard? I'm quite sure I can provide an explanation. It's your lucky day. You see, I sat out there in that alleyway. Those words were seared into my mind. Not only can I remember it, but I doubt I can ever forget. The alleyway? The vents! I regret that purchase more and more each and every day. I suppose that is what happens when you make a decision out of urgency without having done the proper research. But I digress. Please, I need to know what you heard. My voice shook slightly as I struggled to form the words. In response, I doubled down on my focus and took a deep breath, which I held for a very long time before releasing it slowly. As my heart rate slowed, I took the opportunity to speak those awful words once and for all. I will never, ever stop loving you, no matter what. Well then, how about that explanation? I concede that all of the words you could have heard, those alone are the hardest to explain. Not really. Perhaps you could try being honest, for a change. Hunter! Maybe many things, a fool surely among them. But a liar? A liar I certainly am not. And you should have no problem coming clean. So what was I? Plan B? A younger guy you led on without any real intention to commit? Maybe I was just a pawn in some narcissistic game of power and influence. No! None of that is true. I swear, it is simply not like it. Then what is it then? Ty sighed, his expression a blend of pain and conflict. He shook his head, resenting how things had turned out, resenting the words he was compelled to parrot, perhaps even for the final time. I cannot. I simply cannot. I so dearly wish that I... No, you don't, because you know what is at stake and you still can't bring yourself to be honest with me. You still keep me in the dark. My dear, what of your trust in me? Your faith in me? Please, can I not? It went all out the damn window when I heard you telling another man that you loved him. Time for that shit is over. Now it's time for some damn answers. Please, Hunter, I know that you have no reason to believe me, but I mean it when I say you were the most important person in my life. You were the only person in my life. But I already know that isn't true. You're just lying straight to my face. Do I not deserve better than that? Of course you do, but you do not understand. Then do the right thing! Help me understand! Tell me the damn truth! I bared my teeth at Ty. My fists balled so firmly that my claws pierced the skin, dripping blood sullied from beneath like sand through an hourglass as Ty remained frozen in silence, searching desperately for a solution to this conundrum. I'm giving you one last chance, right here, right now. Come clean with me. Tell me everything. Everything! If I think you're holding out on me, I'm gone. If I don't like the truth, I'm gone. But maybe, just maybe the truth is the best shot you've got left. So, what's it gonna be, Ty? I watched as tears formed in his eyes, running slowly down his cheeks before becoming lost in his fur, never to reach the table below. The silence continued on. I had been patient, but my patience had finally run dry. So that's what I'm worth to you, huh? No, you... I what? Don't understand? Of course I don't understand. You won't allow me to understand. Hunter, I know you have no reason to believe me, and I know from where you are sitting this looks really bad. I completely understand your anger. You have the right to be angry at me. You are right to be angry at me. But the secrets I keep could be a matter of life and death. I know that is hard to believe, and I know it is not what you want to hear, but please, this is why I need your faith. I have no other choice. Really? That's your out, huh? Can't tell me why I caught you telling some other dude you love him because someone might die? Can't believe you think I'm that stupid. It's the truth. Sure it is, Ty. The truth. I feel like a fool for believing it. I was finished. After all, what else could there be said? I stood, briskly turning towards the door before I took several forceful steps, only to stop when I heard Ty call out my name. Hunter, please, wait! I turned back towards him, seething in anger. I wondered just what would come spewing from his mouth this time. I hoped they would be the last words I ever heard him speak. Is this the end? Of your night? Of our employment? Of our relationship? Yes, to each and every point. I turned my back on Ty for what I hoped would be the final time, feeling the echo of my footsteps to keep me company. I plunged myself into the darkness outside, the streetlights failing to illuminate the darkness within. Oh. Alright, y'all. Give me 1 second. I gotta take a quick little water break. Gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? Oh, such a big misunderstanding. Or Ty. I really wonder what's going on. I'm very curious. Exhausted and numb, I passed through Diego's front door and made an attempt to slip into my room undetected. The long walk home had provided plenty of time to wrap my brain around what had transpired, and yet I felt no closer to any real understanding of the circumstances. Wanting little more than to cast the night in a distant memory through blissful slumber, I tiptoed conspicuously down the hallway, only for an old wooden floorboard to creak beneath my weight, alerting a weary Diego to my presence. After all, he had been waiting for me. Dude, what the hell? I sent you a bunch of messages. You never replied. You never replied. I've been worried sick. That's my alarm. I didn't know what was going on. It's been killing me. Did the two of you... What happened? Well... Wait. Start from the beginning. What did you overhear? I need to know what started all this. Do you remember what you heard? Yeah, the Spencer, he said, I will never, ever stop loving you no matter what. No way. Are you fucking serious? Those two? What the fuck? Yep, I arrived late, too. Fully expect I missed far worse, but how do you take something like that out of context? Like, that means what it means. I'm with you on that one, dude. So, what happened after I left? Well, Ty was suspicious. I didn't think he knew I'd overheard their conversation, but he knew something was seriously wrong. I already clued Russell in earlier in the night, so he got the hell out of there smartly as soon as the doors were locked. In the end, it was Ty who suggested that we talk, and yeah, we talked all right. And then what? What'd you say? What'd he say? I called him out in the exact words he'd said. He even admitted that what I'd heard was hard to explain. Didn't really stop him from throwing out the usual misleading bullshit, though. Only to see what stuck. Unfortunately, by this point, I could only have been in vain. Kept saying shit like it was the most important person in his life and that he understood why I was angry, and then, real fucking kicker? Wait until you hear this, dude. I'm listening. He tried to make it out that I was telling me the truth would put somebody's life in danger. Like, what the actual fuck? How the fuck does that make any goddamn sense? He's off telling other guys that he loves them, but he can't explain any of it without fucking killing somebody or some such crap? Seriously? He said that? Seriously, he said that. What in the actual... What'd you do after he fed you that line? Well, long story short, Russell will be replacing me. I guess one of these days I'll find a replacement for Ty, too. Never want to see him again. Fuck, dude, man, I don't believe this. I can't believe it. I never thought Ty was that sort of guy. So what are you gonna do now? What's the plan? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Been kind of preoccupied in the present. I've got you sorted in the meantime, okay, man? Roof over your head? Food in your belly? I've got you. Take as long as you need. Thanks, Diego. I guess I need to have a serious think about everything. Just when I thought I knew where I was going and what I was doing, this happens. I can't believe my luck, or perhaps my own gullibility. On the upshot, this only adds to the mystery. Excuse me? Spencer, dude, Spencer. Ty's over here telling this creepy-ass guy he loves him, saying he can't spill the beans without someone dying. And what about those expensive-ass drinks? Where'd you get that kind of money? Honestly, Diego, I don't know if I care anymore. Ty can do whatever the hell he likes. Hell, he can do Spencer for all I care. Do him until the cows come home. I'm done with all this shit. It ain't worth it. But dude, with all the shit he's put you through, you have to follow through. If you don't get answers, the unknown will haunt you for the rest of your days. I don't know if I care. Let it... Suddenly my phone began to ring. I rolled my eyes at Diego. What's the bet this is tied with some fresh bullshit to sling my way? Place your bets now, I guess. I retrieved my phone and looked at the screen, surprised instead to see Dom's face on the incoming call display. Huh? Dom? At this hour? Dom? Maybe he knows something. Pick it up. I groaned. I still didn't give a shit, but supposed I felt a little bad knowing all the effort Dom had been putting in. I answered the call. Dom? Hey, Hunter. I'm not waking you, am I? No, I just got home from work. I take you didn't learn anything from Spencer's visit. Oh, no, we kept our distance just like you said. Good, because we might not need to take any risks after all. What? Why? Eureka! Eureka? Well, maybe not, but I don't know. Still, it's something pretty damn interesting I've chanced upon. What is it? Okay, so I found something that, as far as I can tell, shouldn't exist. It's a real photograph from the founding of Woodcrest. I know you guys didn't grow up here, so you wouldn't know, but in school, they told us there were no surviving photos. Well, what I've got sitting here begs to differ. Who knows, I guess. Maybe it's a fake. Maybe it's some other town's founding, and they've just changed up the names. But I found it in the city archive, buried real deep among a sea of useless crap. You know, Dom, you're really good at setting up these little tales of discovery, but really bad at actually delivering the relevant bit. I guess you've got a point. Well, I could tell you, but trust me, you're gonna want to see it. Let me guess, another food court meetup so Diego can be grumpy about waking up before midday? If you want, or I could just send it to your phone right now. Oh, yeah, do that. Sending it now. Is Diego with you? He is. Put me on speaker and show him too. I want to hear what he thinks. Roger that. I placed Dom on speaker just as the photo came through. I shifted into a position where Diego could easily see my phone. Then I opened the notification. Oh, shit. There it was, an old photo of Woodcrest's founding, just as Dom had said. There were many small details that could have been picked on, but both Diego's gaze and mine were immediately captured by one specific man captured in the photograph. Dude, is that... The name on the bottom reads Sebastian du Vaumond. That's a name? What is that language? Yeah, I've been racking my brain trying to figure that out myself. Definitely a foreign name. Kind of reminds me of an ancient Syrian, but... It looks just like him, though, right down to the fancy clothes. Kind of looks like a bit older, though. This is interesting. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!